let's talk about tomorrow, right? Man, I don't even know where to start, honestly. Really, we got Linwood. He is very vocal about how he thinks Pence is a traitor, and that he thinks that Pence is not going to do what he wants him to do. Last night, I don't know how many people watched Trump's rally last night in Georgia. I was watching. And he said, he thinks Pence is a good man and Pence will do what's right. And if he doesn't, he'll be mad at Pence. And then he moved on. I was like, okay. But he was propping him up, though. He was propping up Pence, like Pence was going to do the right thing. And we shall see. Now, today, the Pennsylvania legislator, the GOP in the Senate of Pennsylvania, they essentially they denied the new, I think, of the new governor. Let me pull this up. Yeah. The PA GOP senators refused to seat a Democrat and removed Lieutenant Governor Fetterman, who is a Democrat also, from presiding over the Senate. Now, it is an incredible listening to, because I heard it live and it is insane. Let me just let me play over it. This is crazy. Let's see if you guys can hear this. You should be able to hear it.
The ayes are 14 and the nays are 11.
Okay. I just want you to listen to this. So this is when he's announcing what he's about to do.
Section 576 of Mason's Manual, a legislative procedure to replace the Lieutenant Governor who has refused to perform the duties.
President, I am
In
totally
accordance with the
object to
Senate
this.
powers under
It is
Article
not
2
in
of the
control of the
Pennsylvania
Senate.
Constitution.
It is not being acquiesced.
Question
We are
shall
not
the Senate
changing the
invoke
process.
Section
Dude is flipping.
Rules as we move
and
along.
replace the
That
Lieutenant
is
Governor with the
inappropriate.
interim
You
President
are
pro
breaking
tem,
the Constitution
presiding
and the
over the
laws of the
Senate.
Commonwealth and
The clerk
violating the
will call
oath of
the roll.
office you've actually taken.
Oh my
There's nothing about this day that is appropriate. Nothing. And we will not lay down and roll over because you got four more folks on that side. This is about Pennsylvania. It's not Democrats or Republicans. It's not about simply winning. It's about protecting our democracy.
We're not a democracy. We're a republic. Gosh, every time I hear that, I get so frustrated. We are not a democracy. If we are a democracy, all these crazy liberals that demand rights wouldn't have any rights at all because the majority ruled. That's what a democracy is. We're not. We're a republic. They can't have it both ways. Gosh, it's so frustrating. All right, oh, you guys didn't hear it? Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let me see if I can turn it up. I have to go back. You guys have to hear it.
Presiding
And the
over
laws
the
of the
Senate.
Commonwealth.
Can you hear that?
And violating the oath of office you've actually taken. There's nothing about this day that is appropriate. Nothing. And we will not lay down and roll over because you got four more folks on that side of the aisle. This is about Pennsylvania. It's not Democrats or Republicans. It's not about simply winning. It's about protecting our democracy. That's what this is.
Aye.
Arnold, aye. Almond,
There's no roll call vote, Mr. President. It has not been acknowledged. It has not been recognized. It is inappropriate to do such. We will not participate in this farce.
Bartolotta,
Wait for it, though. Wait for it.
Judy, aye. Williams, Anthony H.
Mr. President, I don't know what the hell we're doing. I'm not sure why we're voting. We've crossed the bridge. We've
Wait
broken
for
all
it.
sorts of rules today. I don't know what we're saying yes to or no to because this is a violation of the process. The gentleman who sits in the podium, the rostrum, is still the
Wait for it.
presiding officer of the Senate. And any such indication of otherwise is
Here it
obviously
comes.
a takeover of the government. That is totally
Here
inappropriate.
it is. Wait.
Against the violation of oath of their offices. So as far as I'm concerned, I can say any gosh darn thing I want to say, and I'm going to say it as long as I choose to say it. No!
No! No! Okay, I laughed so hard when I first heard him say that because it was like a child throwing a temper tantrum. Wow, I was so he just is so upset. This guy is like, are you done? No, okay, good. No, all right, mark him down as no. All right, next. So by the end of this video, you see they finish and it's 14-11 to basically take his seat away. The presiding, I'm still learning politics, mind you. I'm not fully versed on all of this, but you know, it is crazy. Like let's read this article. It shows a little bit more about it. The new session of the Pennsylvania Senate got off to a chaotic start Tuesday with Republicans refusing to seat a Democratic senator whose election victory has been certified by state officials. Amid high emotions and partisan finger-pointing, Republicans also took a rare step of removing the Democratic Lieutenant Governor, John Fetterman, who I assume is who was freaking out there, from presiding over the session. They apparently did so because they did not believe Fetterman was following the rules and recognizing their legislative motions. Democrats in turn responded by refusing to back Senator Jake Corman, Republican senator, from assuming the chamber's top leadership position, an unusual maneuver on what is most often a largely ceremonial and bipartisan vote. Now, this is where it gets even crazier, okay? Because I want you to read this letter that they then decided to send out to Mitch McConnell. This is from the Senate of Pennsylvania, okay? And this is from yesterday, and it's to the Honorable Mitch, well, debatable there. We'll just say, Dear Leader McConnell and Leader McCarthy, as members of the Pennsylvania Senate, we believe in the integrity of the election process. After speaking with our colleagues, a majority of the state Senate is troubled by the many inconsistencies that happened in our Commonwealth during the 2020 election. Due to the numerous unlawful violations taken by Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf, Secretary of State Kathy Boockvar, and the rogue state Supreme Court, this is an official letter, by the way. The balance of the power was taken from the state legislator, who, by the U.S. and PA constitutions, set the time and place and manner of holding elections. Act 77 of 2019 was signed into law, provides the following clear provisions. All mail-in ballots must be received by 8 p.m. election night. Officials at polling places must authenticate the signatures of voters. County election boards may begin pre-canvassing of absentee and mail-in ballots after 8 a.m. on election day. Poll watchers selected by candidates and political parties are permitted to observe the process of canvassing and absentee and mail-in ballots. No provisions were made for drop boxes or curing of ballots. 7 weeks before the 2020 general election, and PA Supreme Court overstepped their bounds by ruling that mail-in ballots could be received and counted up to 3 days later. Ballots mailed without a postmark would be counted. Signatures on mail-in ballots would not need to be verified. Actually, there's more of this. Let me just find it real quick. It continues. Here we go. Okay. Secretary of State Kathy Boockvar also usurped legislative authority by allowing for a proliferation of unsecured drop boxes in key Democratic areas. On the day before the election, encouraged some counties, not all, to notify party and candidate representatives of mail-in voters whose ballots contain disqualifying defects and allowing them to cure these defects. So that means they were only prepping or allowing and telling the Democratic areas, hey, these votes are messed up. You should get them fixed, because I'm not going to tell the Republican side, but definitely go get these cured because we need them. In addition to these inconsistencies, certified Republican poll watchers in Philadelphia were prohibited from overseeing the canvassing of ballots. After a court ordered these poll watchers to be allowed to observe, they were corralled so far from the canvassing of ballots that they could not view the activities. Requests from legislators for independent investigations have been ignored by the administration. Due to these inconsistent and questionable activities, we believe the Pennsylvania election results should not have been certified by our Secretary of State. Did you hear that? That's the PA legislators saying that their state should never have been certified. Wow. What's going on tomorrow? That's right. I'm checking my non-existent watch because they're counting the certified electors' votes. How are they supposed to do that when we have the actual PA legislators writing to Congress saying we don't even think our own electors are legitimate? How are we supposed to believe this? Huh? I mean, I believe this because they're citing the things that I've seen with the research that I've done. I've seen the fraud. I've seen it. I've watched videos of them doing the same ballots over and over in Georgia, or booting out the people in the counters. You know, the people that are supposed to be there to observe, and they kicked out the Republican ones. Not only did they kick them out, they stood and clapped. They're like, "Yeah, get out of here. We don't need you. We're cheating for justice right now." That's what it feels like. It feels like they feel like they are allowed, that they're fighting an evil to get President Trump out of office because they have been manipulated into believing that he's some sort of evil person now, which is crazy. It is crazy to think that, because that is not the case. That is the mainstream media totally shifting the narrative and convincing people that it's wrong. We have a sitting member of Congress that had people attacking his house last night. Well, I say attacking, but they were sitting there antagonizing his house, going on his property, going up to his front door with megaphones, screaming when he wasn't even there. It was his wife and his young child that were there alone. When is it going to end? What's it going to be? They have every right to stand up for what they see as a contested election, for the fraud that they're seeing in this world. Like, they're not doing anything wrong. These senators are seeing the same thing I'm seeing, and I'm clapping for these guys and women, because there's men and women out there that are standing up for what is right, and they're saying that they're going to contest tomorrow's electors' votes, which they should.